Hi everyone, this is Angel B. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Angela Baker and I live up north in Pennsylvania in the United States. I go by Angel B for short, and I created my channel on YouTube to help entrepreneurs online to grow their business by using automated tools to accelerate their business. I do a lot of research on different tools. Like anything in life, there's good and bad to it. There's good tools and there's bad tools. I've tried a lot of both. And I do research on the tools that I promote and that I use myself in my business. I am going to leave a few links in the description below, so if you're interested in checking those out, that'd be great. I do receive a small commission if you do choose to use any of the tools. But today I want to talk about a different kind of tool, and it is a tool that was created for pleasure and a tool that was supposedly touted as being an alternative to cigarettes and a better alternative to cigarettes. That is what we were being told years ago, and that is vaping or juuling. And it's really become an epidemic in our youth today. I think every day now for the last week I've seen something different in the news about another teenager being I can't even talk, sorry, in the hospital for lung issues, usually very serious lung issues because of um, complications from vaping or juuling. So, but also good news I saw today, Michigan is the first state in the United States that is going to be banning the selling of the most popular e-cigarettes online and in stores to help curb the sale for the youth, which is wonderful. I hope that spreads and goes all across the United States. That'd be wonderful. Um, Back in my day, it was cigarettes. That was the thing. But typically people that smoke, they live to be 50, 60, if they were lucky, before they really saw the complications of smoking. Like, for instance, my mom and dad both smoked. My mom passed away at 53. She had suffered from emphysema for years. She was on oxygen for the last several years of her life because of it. My dad only lived to be 56. He was a smoker. I used to smoke in high school myself, but thankfully I quit pretty young. I quit at 21. Thank God. Now I look, it's a nasty habit, but so now the big craze is, vaping and juuling, and hey, it smells good. They say it tastes good when you inhale it, and then they're telling the kids that it's not that bad. It's better for you than smoking. So, a lot of these kids fall into the trap of believing that. And then they get addicted because it's so highly addictive, even more so I've heard than cigarettes, because the nicotine content in these things is so high. Um, According to the National Institute of Drug Use in 2019, e-cigarettes were used twice as much by boys than girls. And the thing of it is, manufacturers don't have to report what the actual ingredients are in the e-cigarettes or the vaping. I found it kind of interesting because they did a study, like a questionnaire study to a group of teens, and they asked them what they thought the ingredients were in the vapes and the Juuls, and 66% of the teenagers said, oh, just flavoring. That's all they thought that was in it, was just flavoring. And another 13% didn't even know. So, a lot of these kids are just going on by what they hear or what they think, and they don't really realize what they're doing to their bodies until sometimes it's too late. It's really sad. Um, there was a boy that's in my daughter's class. She's a junior this year in high school, and just a couple weeks ago he wrote a really heartfelt little message on his Snapchat, and he wants everybody to share it. He was a chronic vapor, and so I'm going to read that to you real quick. I'm going to also put the link to it, or not the link, but the actual letter that he wrote in my slideshow, but I wanted to read it because it's kind of small print, And for those of you who can't really make it out or read it, I figured I would read it. So let me find it here. Gotta scroll down a little bit. Sorry about that. I had it up here on my phone to read it, and it kind of got lost. It happens, you know, social media. Okay, here we go. And this boy is also a junior in high school. I believe he's been vaping now for like a year or two, I want to say, pretty consistently. I know my daughter was on a bus with him last year, and she said that, you know, him and a few other boys were always vaping in the back. They could smell it. But anyway, this is what he wrote. He said, I know most of you probably won't read this or care, but I've been in the ER for 3 days. So for when I was first put in here, I was in respiratory failure, all because I thought I was being cool by using a vape. The first day I was here, I couldn't breathe, and they had me on a lot of oxygen, and I still couldn't breathe. Well, I will never go back to the, quote, cool lifestyle. It's not cool. We all see this stuff online about how this person or that person gets super sick. I didn't believe it, as do most of us, but it's true. They said if I wouldn't have gotten better, they would have had to send me to Pittsburgh, all for a vape. Now tell me it's worth it. Not not let alone cool. This stuff messes you up. Could be all for your friends or to be cool. Well, you don't need it. Vaping is worse than smoking cigarettes. I'm not doing this for any type of attention. I want everyone to know to stop it. It's not worth it at all. I've sat in a hospital bed for 3 days and it's not worth it. Don't do it or quit, please. And a lot of you may know I am not one to show a lot of pain, but I was in tears for how scared I was. I thought my life could have ended so soon. We're so young, and I have been able to live. I have a lot to do. It's nothing to joke with. Please take this and stop. Vaping isn't cool anymore. Please take a minute and read his story. This shit is breathtaking. So yeah, I wanted to share that because my daughter reached out to him. She knows him, you know, as an acquaintance, and he encouraged her to share it as much as possible. So, you know, it's really sad. It's become such a problem. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. So, you know, to bring awareness to it, and hopefully as parents, we, you know, will step up and start educating more, talking to our kids about this stuff. Talk to your kids, talk to your kids, talk to your kids. I can't stress that enough. I talk to my daughter every day. I ask her questions about school. Thank God she's such a smart kid. I'm so thankful for her. She's so much smarter than I was as a teenager and how her dad was as a teenager. You know, I did a lot of stupid stuff, smoking, drinking, you know, thought I was cool, and thank God she doesn't do any of that. She doesn't want to do any of that. She wants to study and get good grades, and I'm really thankful for that. I praise her highly for that, and I tell her, you know, it takes a load off my shoulders as a mom because then I don't have to worry about her. And you know, enough kids. And we were talking about that too today. I know a lot of teenagers say don't get the credit that they so deserve. You know, yeah, there's kids out there that are, you know, they go with the flow, go with the crowd. Yeah, we all did, I think, at some point in our lives, but there's a lot of smart kids out there, a lot of good kids that are staying away from this kind of stuff because they know that it's not good for them. And so I just hope that you guys share this video and have learned a little bit more about vaping if you haven't. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning of the video about the manufacturers, but they don't have to legally put all the ingredients listed in the vape juice or in the vaping or Juuling. So that's, you know, a real dangerous thing. I think with all these kids getting seriously sick, they're starting to wake up and realize, hey, we need to put a stop to this. And so way to go, Michigan, for doing that, for taking the first step to banning sales online and in stores to help so kids can not get a hold of this stuff. And also parents, you know, that boy that I mentioned that was just in the ER, my daughter's classmate, his mom also wrote a letter online, and you know, she knew he was doing it, but she believed the lie too. Oh, it's safer than smoking cigarettes and can't be that bad, but it is. And so I hope you guys, if you know anyone in your circle or your area of influence, you would talk to them and educate them and just encourage them to stop. And I guess that's it for today. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather and take care. We'll talk to you later. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.